This week's episode of AEW Dynamite witnessed fallout Saturday and Sunday Night's Revolution 2022 after successfully defending his AEW Championship against Adam Cole at the pay-per-view. Hangman Page defended it against Dante Martin this week, plus going to war, John Moxley and Bryan Danielson teaming up with William Regal. So yeah, packed show, let's get straight into it with Jericho making his way out to start the show with the crowd singing to his theme song. The former champ recalled that his match against Eddie Kingston in Revolution 2022 was one of the best matches of his career. Jericho thanked Kingston for bringing out the best of him. He then expressed regret for not living up to his words and shaking the Mad King's hand last Sunday. The champion apologised to Eddie Kingston after it's come out when he did. The Mad King spoke about whatever Jericho said was true, as he always falls short in big matches in AEW. Kingston noted that he didn't need his handshake and that Jericho is the man, putting up a great effort. Jericho extended his hand, saying Eddie had for his respect. Just when the two men shook hands, out came 2.0 and Daniel Garcia. However, Proud and Powerful came out to even the odds. In a shocking turn of event, Jericho took the baseball bat and attacked Santana, siding with 2.0, and Jake Hager then came out and joined Jericho, 2.0 and Garcia in attacking Kingston and Proud and Powerful. The former AEW champ then laid down the Mad King with a baseball, followed by Hager delivering a brutal powerbomb through the table on the side. Back in the ring, Jericho took the mic and revealed that he, Hager, 2.0 and Garcia were the Jericho Appreciation Society, and the inner circle is no more. Wow, did not see such a dramatic turn of events like that coming, but yeah, certainly very interesting. I'm going to give it time to develop, because yeah, did not see this coming, but Jericho did need to turn heel, and I can't wait to see where this goes. Next up was Hangman Page versus Dante Martin. Page and Dante started things off with some quick-fire reversals, with the latter following out with a beautiful dropkick and chops. However, Hangman quickly gained control of the match, laying down Dante with an over-the-top lariat. Back in the ring, the champion delivered a series of shots. Page then hit Death Valley Driver, but Martin quickly recovered and delivered the top rope dropkick. He followed it up with a moonsault on the outside. Martin then again went to the top rope for yet another dropkick, but it was countered into powerbomb. After a quick back-and-forth exchange, the AEW champion found Dante Martin in the right position and took him down with a buckshot lariat to retain the title. Yeah, I'll give this a 7 out of 10. It was a decent match, but you know, it kind of just didn't feel big enough considering it was a title match. And post-match, Schiavone came into the ring and Page quickly called for Dante Martin. He praised the youngster for his efforts today and said that he would be happy to share the ring with him again. Just then, Adam Cole came out congratulating Cole on his fleet victory at Revolution. He then challenged Hangman to a 6-man tag on Dynamite, asking him to pick the partners of his choice. In closing, Cole vowed to capture the AEW title. But yeah, like I say, it just didn't feel too big time. But you know, still decent match, decent promo after, so I'll give it 7 out of 10. Danielson and Moxley versus Anthony Henry and JD Drake was next. Moxley and Drake started things off in this match with the former firmly in control. Mox tagged in Danielson, who unleashed a flurry on kicks on Drake. However, Drake quickly recovered and tagged in Henry. Moxley and the American Dragon isolated Henry before Henry finding an opening and tagged in Drake. While Mox took control on the outside, Danielson hit multiple kicks on Drake and forced him to submit to the bell lock. Post-match, William Regal interrupted Tony Schiavone, recalling their loud standing association. The Hall of Famers thanked the legendary broadcast for helping him find his footing in the business. Regal stated that Danielson mentioning him on TV caught Graves' interest. Regal lavished praise on the American Dragon, saying he was the perfect wrestler. He added that Danielson came close to the best performance he's ever seen. Regal then spoke about Moxley and meeting him 11 years ago. In closing, William Regal warned anyone who dared to step in the ring with Moxley and Danielson. He said that the wrestlers would either need to see step up or be stepped on. And Jared, it does seem like this is a thing going forward. And you know what? I'm really intrigued by this. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. This has all the potential of great stuff. Next up was Pac versus Wheelie Yuta. Pac was firmly in control, brutalising Yuta on the latter's best friend stablemate looked on. The action spilled to the outside where Pac sent Yuta headfirst into the barricade and hit a brainbuster. Back in the ring, Yuta tried to fight him back, but he was visibly exhausted, and the former NXT champion trash talked with best friends on the outside. Yuta found his way back into the match by hitting a suplex and Segura. He then delivered a crossbody from the top rope for a 2 count. Pac retaliated by hitting a German suplex on Yuta. Both performers went to the top rope from where Pac delivered an avalanche brainbuster, after which he locked in the brutalizer, forcing Yuta to submit. And yeah, this was a simple win for Pac, but you know, put him over. So yeah, I don't have an issue with it. I'll go 6 out of 10. Backstage, Adam Cole, Undisputed Era and the Young Bucks addressed their shortcomings. Cole revealed that he was picking Fish and O'Reilly for the tag team match next week. In another backstage segment, FTR and Tully Blanchard were being interviewed, and they revealed that they didn't want Blanchard's on their side anymore, and in their association for good, which is a bit of a shame. But you know, we'll see where that goes. Andrade, Jose the assistant, the Butcher and the Blade voted Matt Hardy out of the AHFO, and so did Private Party, to the utter shock of Hardy and the fans. This began a multi-man onslaught on the veteran. However, just then Darby Allin stinked into Matt Hardy's rescue, but it looked like this wouldn't be enough as Andrade in the stable match had the numbers advantage. But to the utter shock of fans, guess who turned up? The Data's local people all excited. Jeff Hardy came out to his proper theme song, and they all took down their opponents and stood alongside each other. The Hardy Boys have been reunited in AEW with a crowd roaring on support, and yeah, this was just a pleasant, really great surprise. Absolutely love this. Jeff Hardy in AEW. Yeah, it's going to be great stuff. I can't wait to see where this goes. Backstage, Tony Nese challenged Strickland to a match on this week's Rampage, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. Before we got Wardlow stating that he spent too much of his time helping someone else achieve their dream while having little respect in return. He then apologised to the fans, siding with MJF. Mr. Mayhem also looked back at his upbringing and how MJF changed his life by paying him good money for working as his lackey. Wardlow added that although he's still under contract with Pinnacle Leader, he's no longer a bodyguard to Maxwell. He urged the Sultan of Earth to release him from his contract so that he could go in his clothing ways and win the TNT title. No problem with that. Great to see Wardlow finally on his own. This was just a banger promo, and yeah, I just can't wait to see what he does on his own. Hope he wins the TNT title in a few weeks, but more development on that later. Backstage, QT Marshall is tempted to side with Keith Lee, offering the former NXT champion based in the stable. However, Limitless One quickly declined, and we got Jurassic Express versus the Acclaimed. Jungle Boy took down Max Caster and Anthony Bowens almost single-handedly. Moments later, Bowens distracted him, allowing Caster to capitalise and hit a clothesline. The Acclaimed then isolated Jungle Boy with the crowd rallying behind the latter. Jungle Boy finally found an opening when he laid down Max Caster with a clothesline, allowing him to tag a Luchasaurus. The action scene spilled outside by Jungle Boy delivered a suicide dive on the Acclaimed. Back in the ring, Bowens stopped the Doomsday device on the Express. Max Caster then delivered a mic drop on Jungle Boy, but the latter kicked out at two. On the outside, Caster attacked Luchasaurus with the boombox. Back in the ring, Bowens tried to use the chain to attack Jungle Boy, but Christian Cage pulled him out of the ring just in time. This allowed Jurassic Express to lay down Max Caster with a Doomsday device on Dynamite to pick up the win. Yeah, I'll give it 6 out of 10. Simple title suspense really, but still a decent match. Good for the tag team titles, champs to get the win. Backstage, TBS champion Jade Cargill wondered who the next challenger for her title would be. She urged anyone to step up and face kickers of death. Corey got Thunder Rosa versus Layla Hirsch. Rosa and Hirsch started things off with some old school chain wrestling. Thunder Rosa took down her opponent with a couple of arm drags and a dropkick. However, Hirsch found an opening and began hitting some stiff punches on her. The crowd was rallying behind Thunder Rosa, who finally found her way back into the match by executing a couple of clotheslines. She then followed up with a hitting suplex on Hirsch for a near fall. The two performers went to the top rope, where Rosa hit an avalanche brainbuster for a 2 count. Layla Hirsch then tried to use a turnbuckle and attack Thunder Rosa, but Velvet appeared to stop her. Back in the room, Rosa hit the Fire Thunder driver to pick up the win. After the match, Shivani revealed that Thunder Rosa will challenge Britt Baker for the Women's Championship next week at St. Paddy's Day special in a steel cage match. And Jarrett's been leading up to this. I'm intrigued to see it. I think this is currently going to be Thunder Rosa's crowning moment, and with everything that happened last year, yeah, it's good timing. Before Backstage, Baker stated that there was a conspiracy behind Rosa earning another shot at her title. The Doctor added that she was scared of any of what AEW would becoming someone like Rosa was the women's champion. Well, better get scared than Doctor. Next up was Sammy Guevara vs Scorpio Sky for the TNT title. Soon after the match began, Guevara laid down Sky and pulled out the table. The Spanish God set out the table and placed Sky out of it. The TNT champion then took the senton to the top rope there, where he moved a 630 senton, but Sky moved away just in time with Guevara landing roughly on the ribs. Take On to the medical team came out to check on Sammy, who looked down and out. Though he urged to leave the match, the Spanish God made his way back into the ring, where Sky came to spur. At ringside, Conti came face to face with Paige Van Zandt. Scorpio Sky continued to assault Guevara, following a series of backbreakers to hurt his back and ribs. The TNT champion finally found his way back into the match with the chops to Scorpio Sky. He then hit a cutter before Men of the Year quickly kicked out. Guevara then hit a GTS before Sky rolled away just enough to avoid the pinfall. On the outside, Paige Van Zandt attacked Tay Conti, which distracted Guevara. This allowed Sky to take the Spanish God out with a TKO to capture his first TNT title. And post-match, Paige Van Zandt signed her contract, but yeah, Scorpio Sky, new TNT champion. There was rumours about it happening, but I didn't see it coming. But yeah, this is certainly a shocking turn of developments, and really interesting to see where it goes, especially with Wardlow in the mix. I think he might win it back, but we'll see. Overall this week, Dynamite gets a 7 out of 10 from me, and yeah, this was a massive episode of Dynamite. Talk about Fallout from a pay-per-view, the Inner Circle breakout, new TNT champion Jeff Hardy's all elite, Paige Van Zandt is all elite. Yeah, an incredible show just to kickstart the new pay-per-view cycle, and yeah, this was really, really good. Enjoyed it from start to finish, and I can't wait to see the new direction for AEW. But anyway guys, that's it for today. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, put your thoughts, comments down below, find on Twitter, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to my channel on screen, and that would be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace!